4 straight NCAA tournaments, 8th NCAA tournament, Coach Sandelin's tenure, 12th overall for the school. Coached in his 18th season. Joining me are a couple of his student athletes, senior forward Karson Kuhlman and senior forward Jarrett Thomas. And again, we'll ask Coach to make a brief statement about his season, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, again, we're excited to be here. I know, real excited for these guys. This is their 4th time in 4 years, so it's nice to have that experience on our team with a few guys and certainly key guys. But the year, obviously with a young team, I thought we've grown through the year. Our second half was a lot more consistent. I thought our guys played some really good hockey in the second half, and was the reason we're here today. But I think a lot of our young guys grew. Our goaltending was solid with Hunter Shepard grabbing the net, and just a real consistent, a little more consistency in the second half to our game, and defensively and offensively as well. And I thought our special teams improved in the second half of the year as well, which are going to be important as we head into tomorrow's game.
Coach, thanks. We'll open it up now for questions. Again, state your name and your media affiliation before your question, please.
Matt Wells for the News Tribune for both Jared and Karson. Does this regional for you guys have a little different feel than the last 3? I mean, minus the time you guys played the Gophers, I think that was back in Manchester. Usually it's a lot of unfamiliar opponents. Now you guys are seeing a field of teams you guys are pretty familiar with.
Yeah, a little different. Obviously, the familiarity is a nice touch, definitely, especially playing Mankato pretty recently and St. Cloud recently as well. But at the end of the day, with all the video and players knowing each other nowadays, I think we had a pretty good grasp on the last 3 that we were going into as well. So it really doesn't change the fact that it's playoff hockey.
Yeah, I mean, based off what you said, it's always nice to when you're watching video to watch games that you played against them and watch yourselves and make adjustments on how you played that night and moving forward. But I think for our group, just being able to come together here at the end and make a run in the playoffs is what we're focused on, no matter who we're playing. And just so happens to be Mankato, a team we've played twice, but we're just looking to see what we can bring in our 60-minute of hockey, Bulldog hockey, and that's all we're really focused on right now.
Shane Frederick from the Mankato Free Press. Scott, in the previous press conference today, all the coaches talked about the connection that you all have with each other and the uniqueness with the 4 of you. Can you speak on that a little bit and how with that, maybe what you thought when you saw what the regional was going to be and knowing those guys as well as you do?
Once we saw the regional, I thought it was, number one, it's exciting to be in any regional, but to be in there, there's 3 other coaching staffs I have a lot of respect for that are here with Mike's team and Bob's team and Frank's team. Obviously, Frank's an Iron Ranger, so I've known him for a while, but just good people. I think they do tremendous jobs with their teams. So I know those guys probably spent a little more time in Key West together than I have, but they do have fun. But again, they're good people. They're not ego guys. They're hardworking guys. They do a tremendous job coaching, like I said, and they're fun guys to be around. I think the staffs, not just the head coaches, I think the assistant coaches too, but there's a lot of respect, I think, amongst all of us for the jobs that all the programs do.
Austin Rush, UMDBulldogs.com. Karson, Blake talked about it last week after the UND game, getting new life if you guys sneak in. With practice this week and today, do you feel like you guys have that new life?
Yeah, I think after last Saturday, the way that Frozen Face-Off tournament ended there, losing both those games, obviously that's not the way we wanted to go into this weekend, but I think our team did a really good job of turning the page this week, being happy that we got in, and that's kind of been a goal from day one, was to make it back to this tournament because I think it happened.
Matt Wells from the News Tribune. Scott, how much do you take out of that most recent meeting you guys had with Mankato? Mike kind of threw the asterisks on there that they were a lot more well-rested going into that Tuesday game than maybe you guys were.
There was a lot of things going on with that game. Obviously, We had a really tough situation for our program that was hanging over our head with Andrew. So it affected certainly a lot of us. It was a midweek game, which was unique. I don't use that as any excuse. I mean, it was a hockey game. I don't think either team was at their best. I mean, I think everyone was kind of anxiously wanting to see the power plays in both groups. And neither one of them, they were better than we were, but I mean, we were hot coming into that game, and I think they were number one in the country at the time. So I don't think we entertained them very much as far as scoring some power play goals, but it was a hard game. You know, it wasn't, like I said, the best both teams could play. I think you'll see a much better game tomorrow from both teams.
This will probably be closer to what the two teams put on in Duluth back in November, maybe?
Yeah, well, I think it'll even be better than that. I mean, obviously that was, for both teams, it's still the first half of the year. You know, the stakes are a lot different. So I'm expecting it to be a better game, even than that.
Scott Johnson, Minneapolis, obviously you said that was Minnesota coach this week. What do you remember with your battles against him as a competitor?
Well, I have a lot of respect for Don. I mean, I've coached, I've been an assistant when he was at Colorado, and certainly, you know, last 18 years for me when we've got a chance to play him, but he did a tremendous job. Again, I won't call him an Iron Ranger, but he's close. But he's a northern guy. But no, I think he's done a tremendous job. I think, you know, it's good that he got the chance to go out on his own too, and certainly wish him well.
Zach Schneider, KBJR coach. Brett talked about maybe getting your freshmen maybe some big time experience. They've gone through everything they could all year, but how valuable maybe was last weekend going into this weekend for those young guys?
Well, not just our young guys. I think it was a good lesson for our team. But you know, the young guys have talked about the process a lot. I think all the coaches do. Throughout the year, there was a lot of firsts for our freshmen. Every weekend it was a first, playing a different team, and last week was a new experience going down to that tournament, and this is another new experience. But it's hockey, and you know, I think all those steps are good. You should learn lessons every week that you go through the year, not just that group, but as a team. And I think getting an opportunity to play after last weekend, because I would have been, I'll be honest with you, it would have sucked if it would have ended, you know, the way it did. And I would have felt terrible for these two guys and our senior group. But we get another opportunity, so hopefully everybody's learned. We've got to come and play our best hockey, and it's do or die. That's the way it is, just like kind of almost it was last Saturday. So hopefully we respond in a good way, and everybody learned, and they bring their best game. That's all you can ask, and hopefully you guys do that, whether they're a freshman or a senior.
Let's say athletic. For other players, what did you learn from those two games against Minnesota State?
Well, I think obviously they're a great hockey team. They're older, a lot of veteran guys. They're highest scoring team in the country, I believe. But we played them pretty tight both games. I mean, they weren't very high scoring, which is kind of our style of hockey that we found out is shutting other teams down and limiting their chances, especially in the second half. Especially with Shep. Shep's been playing really well, and if we limit other teams to few chances, we like our odds. And I think the two games obviously were pretty tight, and we obviously split. So it's gonna be a heck of a game on Friday, and both teams are playing. I mean, they're playing good hockey. We're sort of playing good hockey, so hopefully we can bring it Friday and put on a show for our fans and everyone that's watching.
You kind of expand on that for sort of playing good hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I think they lost in their conference tournament, and we obviously lost our two games. But at this point of the year, it's a one and done shot. So you got to come out with your best game every night, and if you don't, chances are you're going to go home and be done. So we have a possibility of 4 games left, and we're looking at Friday as our first test of 4, and we got to focus on that.
Jared, I assume practicing today, sitting here today, means you're good to go for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
For Jared or Karson, this is kind of, I know we're in South Dakota, this is kind of a Minnesota regional, with almost 50 guys from the state playing out here this weekend. What would it mean for the two of you? You were obviously in the Frozen Four last year, but to see this team put together 2 good games and play 2 weeks from now, back in the Frozen Four and in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, I think the Frozen Four could be on the moon, and we'd be excited to go play there, honestly. But obviously, we know what happened last time. It was in St. Paul. We had a good result for the program, and yeah, I think it would just be kind of icing on the cake for this group, especially with all the Minnesota guys. But at the end of the day, we just got to take it one game at a time, focus on tomorrow.
Yeah, and like you said, we're more focused on tomorrow. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We obviously know that it's there, but we're not looking too far ahead. We got to focus on Mankato and putting together a good hockey game and a good 60 minutes for us, and give ourselves a chance at Saturday, and then everything else after that.